Hey guys, welcome to my channel where it is all about hope, healing, and wholeness. And if you are new here, welcome. On this channel, I talk about growing in God and growing in business. And let me tell you, Pentecost Sunday, the Lord spoke to my heart. I was sitting in my car and the Lord spoke to my heart and he told me that building breaks barriers. And I was like, hold up, what? Building breaks barriers. And when he said that, I knew instantaneously that he was talking about the generational barriers. And he was talking about all of the people right now who are in the mode of building something, whether or not it's businesses, whether or not it's ministry, whether or not it is programs, whether or not, it's a nonprofit, whatever it is, even wealth, whatever you're building right now, even building habits that are going to benefit your future and your family's future. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, yes, that is so good, God. And so when he was telling me this, I knew because, let me say this. When you are building something, you need encouragement every now and again. I know I do. And when he was telling me that, I was just like, yes, this is not just for me. This is for others. And so the enemy has been fighting. The enemy has been trying to come against. The enemy has been frustrating, trying to stop, block, delay. But I want to encourage you today that you are definitely breaking barriers by building. So keep building and break those barriers. And, the thing is, when you are a forerunner, when you are a pioneer in something, it is a harder press for you to actually break through. Because it's like walking through brush that is waist deep and you're having to cut that stuff down. You are a forerunner for your family. You are a forerunner and a pioneer for those who are looking at you if you are doing something and going someplace that they never have. And so not only are you having to fight and just basically take all that brush down to make a path for those coming behind you, but then you got to fight where the enemy knows that if you break barriers in your family, if you break barriers for generations to come, that you are going to bring a level of freedom that he does not want us to have. And so my encouragement for you is to continue to keep building so that you are breaking barriers. But not only that, I wanted to give you 3 things that I felt like the Lord was highlighting in regards to breaking those barriers. When you are making movement in your mission or your God-given mandate, there are 3 things, critical things, that you really have to watch out for. And the first thing is not compromising. Compromising ourselves, compromising our character. That is one of the hooks that the enemy will try to really get us in if we are not focused and if we are not steadfast in who we are. And so compromising our character, we see so many examples, in the Bible of people who did this right and people who did this very wrong. One of the people who did this really right was Daniel. No matter who was attacking him, no matter what was coming against him, Daniel did not waver. They tried to take Daniel down because they didn't like him. People who saw him rise to the top, they did not like Daniel, and they did everything to try to bring him down. But Daniel was steadfast in his character. He didn't waver. He didn't step back from the things of God. He didn't try to, act like he was who he wasn't, but he was steadfast in his commitment to the Lord. The next thing that the enemy will really try to attack us in is trying to lure us, trying to get us to change. And we see this in the life of Solomon. When Solomon stepped into his kingship, he had such a soft heart for the Lord. And that is so clear in the scriptures. But I tell you what, when Solomon got all of the authority, got the power, and the Bible says that he is the wisest man and will be the wisest man to ever live, we saw Solomon change. Because what happened with Solomon is that all of those accoutrements of having all that power, having all that authority in the land, having access to anything and everything he wanted, it was not enough for him. He actually did exactly what the Lord told his people group not to do. And that is to intermarry with people who did not serve the living God. Solomon knew that this was completely contrary to the Lord. This was completely contrary to what the word of the Lord was. And yet, even though Solomon had, women galore, he chose to change. He chose to allow those things that he had, the power, the authority, all of that stuff, to influence him and to change him. And we see in the end, even though Solomon started off well, he ended not so well. And that is something that we see with a lot of people in the Bible. We see people who end well, and we see people who do not end well. And so as the Lord has given me these three things, I'm on the second one. He is showing us how we can end well and things that can occur to us if we don't choose right, that will lead us into places where we will not end well. And so the third thing that I wanted to share, that I felt like the Lord was showing me regarding, just being steadfast in building so that we could break barriers, and how the enemy will try to come in when we start making momentum in our mission, is quitting. We don't want to quit. We do not want to quit. The enemy will throw everything at us to try to make us quit. He will frustrate us. He will attack us. He will try to bring us down. He will bring heaviness upon us. He will try to bring oppression on us. We don't quit, right? And we see from so many people in the Bible who did not quit the fruit of their labor. And Joseph is one of those people. Everything that happened to Joseph, everything that happened to David, everything that happened to Daniel, they did not quit. They were steadfast in the Lord. They had a resolve in their heart that they were going to stand on what God told them to do. They were going to complete their mission, and they were going to continue to follow the Lord. And so sometimes, and I have had to, really press and really push and really just, listen, God, I don't even know what's going on, but I know that you're God. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself like that. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what's happening to me, but I know that you are God. And sometimes that's all I can say. So I completely get it when people want to quit, because it is so easy when you feel like you are bombarded with stuff that is just holding you back. But you know what? The people who were successful, the people who ended well, did not quit. They did not quit. And so I wanted to encourage you guys, don't quit no matter what. When Joseph was in prison, I'm sure he wanted to quit. When Joseph was taken as a slave, I'm sure he wanted to quit. When Daniel was in the lion's den, I can't even imagine. I know he wanted to quit. These people had to want to quit, And so I just want to encourage you. Don't quit. Do not quit. You have it in you. If God gave you a mission, if God gave you a mandate, I'm telling you, you are breaking barriers. It's about so much more than you. So please stay steadfast, be encouraged, and I hope that this blessed you. If you like content like this, please subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you all later. Bye.